Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Talking with Cars, and today what are we going to do? We're going to review another air pump. I got this from Superbars. It's an Amazon affiliate program that I'm a part of, so smart air pump. Now, I don't think it's going to take long for me to review this, to be quite honest, so let's give it a couple moments. Let's review everything inside. Let's open the box, use it, and find out what it's all about. This is Talking with Cars. So over the last couple years, I've spent a lot of time reviewing these air pumps. I get a lot of them sent to me, from Eaton Wolf, from a few other companies, and they reach out to me and they ask me to review their pumps. And, I'm kind of it's getting stale, to be quite honest. And sometimes something comes along and it kind of really intrigues me a little bit, and I got to figure out what distinguishes that from everybody else. What differentiates itself from all the other competition? And this one in particular, I noticed can actually connect to an app. And I thought that was a pretty cool idea. And one thing I discovered over the last months is when you're not using your air pump or the battery powered device that's inside of your car, you don't know what the status is of the battery, because over time that will start to decrease, and you'll start to lose battery power. And then when you do need it, then you have no battery power left. The good thing about this is it notifies you, that's the way I understand it. So we're going to unbox this thing, find out a little bit more about it. We're going to connect it to the app. We're going to see what's involved and how much information gets to the app, so that you can start using it. So let's open the box up and find out what it includes. So right now, let me see if I can bring this in a little closer. A little glue. I mean, it's packaged pretty nice. The box is pretty simple. So we have that. Looks like some charging cords, I believe. Let's just double check. Yeah, so the charging cord, you can kind of connect it to the device, and you can connect it actually to your car 12-volt battery, so that's nice to have. And it comes with a whole bunch of different accessories, right? It comes with all the needles and everything that you're going to need when you use it. It comes with, this is the true charging cord, right? So this is the other one. I'm pretty sure you could charge it with this, with the 12-volt. You're going to need this to be able to charge it in a wall, in a socket. And then here's the whip, right, with the connection for your tire, right? And then this part goes into the unit itself. Pretty straightforward, a fine thread there, so we'll have to kind of try that out. It comes with instructions, user manual, service email on the back, service hotline number also, so that's good to know. And it comes with a little carrying case, which is nice. And it's, pretty heavy duty. You can kind of put everything in here, put the needles and stuff in this Velcro pouch in the front. It's a pretty cool idea. So you can kind of separate the two. I like that. And then inside, it looks like it's separated. There's like a little separation in the middle here, right? So you can kind of place something on this side, and something on the pouch. So nice little pouch, that they give to you. So pretty cool. So let's take this out of the protective sleeve. All right. So and that's where it connects to the whip right here. So that seems pretty straightforward and intuitive. Because in a lot of cases, I just want to make sure that this stuff is intuitive. It's easy to use right out of the box. You don't need an engineering degree to kind of figure it out. Just an on-off button, up, down. It's got a light button because there's a light on it too, just for if you're stuck at night or something, you need to be able to see what you're doing. So that's pretty cool. So let's review the instructions real quickly. I just want to make sure that kind of review it, and then we'll come right back to it. So first things first, what we need to do is we need to charge it up. And on the bottom of the device, you open this little flap, and then there's the spot where you actually charge it. So there's a USB-C, a USB-A output, and then the connector for the 12 volts. So we're going to connect this to the USB-C, and then we're going to connect that. You're going to see it's charging, right? Let's bring that in a little closer so you can see it. See how it's charging like that? And we're going to wait for that to be charged 100% before we start using this. but we're going to kind of review the rest of it. I like how bright that is too, and it's very intuitive. You know, it's got 4 bars, there's 2 bars, it's charging, and then when all the bars are up, it says here that they'll be solid, I believe it says. So that's pretty cool and very intuitive. I like it already. Obviously, on the end of the Presta valve, you can kind of connect like all the different connections that they give to you, that they provide to you, whether it's the connection for equipment, for, you know, inflatable balls, all that kind of stuff. So, and there's only 4 buttons really on this thing, 5 actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 actually. So you got the on-off button, you got your light button, the mode button, the units of measure, and then the plus-minus button. So it's very intuitive there. During charging, oh, here's the instructions. During charging, the indicator bar will flash. Fully charged, the indicator will remain steadily lit. So like I said, you know, once everything's charged, it'll be a steadily lit green battery light. Check air pressure. You can connect this to your tire and actually check the air pressure before you start pumping it up. The air pump can support 5 inflation scene modes: car mode, motorcycle mode, bicycle mode, ball mode, and custom mode. You know, just in case you need to kind of like customize how what PSI or bars you need to kind of set it at. So today what we're going to do is we're going to charge this up. We're going to try it on the Volvo. We're going to check the tires, make sure we have enough tire pressure. If they're all good, I'll deflate one and kind of see how long it takes to get from, like, I don't know, I think they say, you know, 40 seconds to go from 30 to 35 PSI. So, and on a larger tire, you're gonna need a little bit more than that, like probably, I don't know, 2 minutes figure. So I think that's plenty of time. That's perfect. You know, when you're on the side of the road and you need a couple minutes to pump up your tire, get to a gas station or something like that. With the light, you can either have a constant light, SOS, or a strobe light, just like any of the other devices that I've tried. So pretty cool, you know. If you slowly increase the button, the plus minus, you know, you can kind of go up and down with the PSI, and you can actually press it rapidly too. So pretty cool. And then there's like a whole like malfunctions, you know, type section, troubleshooting, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, the instructions are very short. They're pretty straightforward. All we need to do is just download that app, learn a little bit more about it, probably register and all that kind of stuff. So we'll do that now while that's charging. All right, so first thing I noticed is that the QR that's in the owner's manual did not work. I got a blank screen after I tried it a couple times. So we're gonna actually search on the app store to find the Signal Monitor app and find that and see if we can download that. Okay, so I believe I found the app on the app store, but when I typed in Signal Monitor, it didn't come up. It came up as Signal Supervisor, so it's a little bit different, right? But I was looking at the icon and it matches the icon that's in the book. So I'm hoping that's the right one. So hopefully that is the right one. I'm going to download that app. We're gonna press the get button and let it download and see what happens. So hopefully it's the right one and it's kind of intuitive. Again, with something like this, the idea is great. So they just have to kind of make sure that everything kind of interfaces really well and it's easy to use. You know, otherwise it's just ridiculous. It was real quick to download, right? I'm already kind of like going through the registration process. Let's see here. Detailed instructions, maximize everything, start now, allow Bluetooth. All right, add device, right? So you can kind of add multiple devices to this thing. Apparently it works across the board with a whole bunch of different items. So add device. Oh, I have to register. So give me a moment. Let me register and see how that works. All right, so registering wasn't too bad. You had to enter your phone number, create a username, a password, and get on right away. So sends you a verification text, you know, and then you basically use that to verify that that's your phone. Now I'm looking to add the device. So I'm gonna wait a little bit until this thing kind of charges up a little bit more, and then we'll add the device. All right, so good news. It was pretty straightforward to basically register. So all I had to do was turn that on, and over a period of a couple seconds, you know, it really identified that it was there. The only interesting thing is it kind of named it something like AgiSafe or something like that. I'm not even sure where yeah, called AEGIS Safe F1. I was almost like, well, is this connecting to something different, you know, around the house? I don't know, but it is in fact that device, and it's picked it up. So it's there. You can basically just touch it, and it gives you all the like relevant information that's on there. You know that it's set to 36 psi. You can increase it here, and it should increase it on the device. So I'm curious to see how long it takes for it to kind of speak to it. Let's give it a moment. Let me kind of figure it out and get right back to you. All right, so it was pretty quick to figure out. It scared the crap out of me, but anyway. So basically what you do is you just kind of set it to where you want it to be. So let's say like it's 37.5 on the app, and you have to press and hold to get this to talk to it. So check it out. So you press and hold, and the thing starts pumping. And it changed the PSI to 37.5. And you can't change it midstream, so you basically have to turn it off, adjust it, and then kind of like repump or whatever. So, and it gives you like kind of like a task ended notation saying you ended it, when you ended it, the battery power, all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty cool. It's a neat little option. This little pump is a little loud. It's a little louder than some of the other ones that I've tried. It's got a strange kind of sound to it, but hey, if it works, whatever. You know, the other thing to keep in mind too is I don't have it connected to the whip. So let's connect the whip, and I have, let's see, I have 52% power. So I think that's enough to be able to kind of try it on a tire. So we'll kind of wind this in, get that in place. So let's try this again. Let's kind of like turn it on. You got to hold the button to kind of turn it on and turn it off. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, it's definitely going to be a little bit louder than some of the other ones, but hopefully it has a lot of power. I love the fact that the lights are very bright on this. You know, there was one that I just tried recently where you couldn't even read the lights on it. It was a jump starter, I believe. And once you brought it outside, you couldn't even figure out where you were at with everything. So that was kind of a bummer. So let's bring it out to the car. Let's kind of try it out, film it, and see how it works. All right, so typically what I do is I kind of read what the car says that the PSI needs to be on all four tires, and I kind of bump it up a little bit further. So if it says 33, I kind of usually bump it up to 35, so there's a little bit of wiggle room. Over the winter months, I kind of might bump that up a little bit further because it starts to deflate the tires. You know, the cold weather kind of like reduces the PSI in the tires. So right now we'll double check and see where we're at. I've driven quite a few miles with this car, so let's see. Let's turn this on. All right, so we're at 37.5, and I need to be at 35. So let's kind of decrease it to 36. Actually, it's already at 36. So let's kind of take some air out. Let's bring it down to, let's see if we could bring it down to like 33, and then we'll pump it up to 35. All right, so we're exactly at 33, and we want to pump it up to, we're actually 33.5. All right, so 33, and we want to, 33. Okay. 33, and we want to get it up to 36. So let's kind of turn this thing on and see how long it. All right, it's not too bad. So it took less than a minute to basically go from 33 to 36. So let's take care of the other tires, kind of review that, and see how long it takes to do all four tires. All right, so conclusions. I basically filled up all the tires, got them all to 36 PSI. It's exactly what I wanted on that car. They were slightly overinflated because I had them recently rebalanced and all that kind of stuff. So they're all perfect condition now. They're all at 36. I'm happy with that. It only took me a couple minutes to do all four tires to make sure everything is perfect. And don't forget the spare tire. You need to make sure that your spare tire is at its proper PSI also. Had it in car mode the whole time. And you can change the modes pretty easily. There's bike mode, motorcycle, balls, and then, you know, basically the, mode where you can kind of like set it to any PSI you want. And then kind of set it that way. So, and I didn't use much battery power at all. So would I recommend this? Yes, I would. So I think it's a pretty cool little unit. You can get it on Amazon. If it's Amazon Prime, you can get it free delivery. So I'm going to charge this thing up. I'm going to put it back in car mode. And we're going to keep this in this little pouch. You know, I'm happy with it. I like it. I think it's a little bit on the loud side, but it's heavy, you know, and I dropped it a couple times and it actually was pretty durable. So, you know, I'm impressed. And I love the lights, the LEDs on it. It was bright outside, which is a cool little option. It does everything you want it to do. So I would recommend going to the link below. You'll get I think there's a slight discount right now if you get it on Amazon, so try it out. So it is $59.99 and there is a sale right now, so it's 25% off. By the time this video comes out, you're probably not going to get it for Father's Day, but definitely something to consider. So my recommendation is have one of these in the back of your car. Better safe than sorry. Talk to you on the next piece.